this is the Eurotunnel reward, and it's kinda weird. Spy has a lot of, let's say, wacky weapons. You got the funny weeaboo weapon, Frozen Free Revenge of the Sith, and this, his wackiest. People call it Spy's worst knife. But is that even true? The Eurotunnel reward lets you instantly disguise as who you're stabbing, and it gives you a silent backstab. A lot quieter than the regular backstab. Which means that killing an entire team of people is a lot easier since you don't hear much at all. For me, as I said earlier in my Dead Ringer video, my TF2 is muted because I like listening to music or a podcast. But I still can see that kill feed light up with stabs. Now, most competitive teams have actual team communication, so if someone gets stabbed, they're gonna scream about it on voice chat. But in casual situations, when the height of communication is insulting your fat mom in text chat, silent stab is sick for chain stabs. By the way, chain stab means backstabbing a lot of people in a very short amount of time. The Eurotunnel reward really encourages these chain stabs with the use of disguise on backstab and the fact backstabbing doesn't make as much noise. Okay, Eurotunnel reward lets you funny chain stab. Thanks for watching. There's a hidden downside to the Eurotunnel reward, and it's all to do with how disguises work. So, let's say you disguise as a soldier. You'll keep his movement speed, which is great. It's less suspicious for the enemy. But Spy kind of requires you to go speedy. If you're not going fast, you won't be able to get the next stab. So when you stab a class like the Heavy and you keep their movement speed, it's a massive disadvantage. So if the enemy are more than 2 meters away from you, getting these sick, cool chain stabs is a lot harder. But screw all that hidden stuff. Let's look at the actual downsides. Like the fact that to redisguise, it has to eat all of your cloak. Now, I usually disguise as multiple classes so people can't pinpoint my main disguise, but when it costs a full cloak? Nah. Oh yeah, and the Eurotunnel reward saps your cloak with a 33% drain rate. For what reason? Losing 100% cloak on disguise wasn't enough? What the f- Alright, we get it. This weapon is broken. Yeet it in the trash and we're done, right? But it isn't broken, it's just weird. The Eurotunnel reward shines where most other knives don't. In crowds, especially with sentries. With this knife, if you backstab someone, you turn the sentry into Stevie Wonder because he did not see that shit. And to try and get rid of these downsides, the Eurotunnel reward requires you to use L'Étranger. Without it, you're basically useless. The L'Étranger removes that drain penalty and makes it a lot easier to get cloak back. These two weapons go together like Cuddy and Kanye, or Drake and Underage Girl. If you're not using the L'Étranger with this knife, what are you doing? The L'Étranger provides all of these benefits for just 20% less revolver damage. So we got the knife, the revolver, but what about the watch? For me, it's gotta be the stock Invis watch. The stock just works so well. Even though you got the cloak drain rate, it isn't as bad as a cloak and dagger where you move like 2 centimeters and lose all your meter, or the Dead Ringer, in which you'll probably never have enough cloak to use it. This has to be one of Spy's weirdest knives, and that's saying something. Spy has a lot of weird knives, but it isn't as bad as people say it is. If I see another Spy tier list and this knife is an F tier, I will
Now, Family Guy.